Hey y'all, welcome to another video from YakAttack.com. If you're following along with the series, I'm documenting the process of converting this native ultimate into a fishing kayak for myself and my kids. You can catch part 1 and 2 by following the links in the description. Part 3 is going to focus on replacing this Scotty 241 base with a lower profile YakAttack Mighty Mount Switch. The switch is less of a nuisance and doesn't get in the way as it doesn't stick up very far from the deck. I'll primarily use the mount for mounting a camera as well as a flag if I'm in the open water, but the first step will be to remove the existing screws. I was actually pretty surprised when I removed these screws because the original hardware was installed with a shallow wall anchor. I checked for a backing nut and that's where I figured out it was an actual shallow wall anchor, so I just backed them out. This left a pretty big hole, so I knew I was going to have to put a backing plate. So once I confirmed that the hole pattern did match, I then got my cutting board out and I went about drawing a template that I'll then make into a backing plate. If you watched the last video where I put the flush mount holders onto the kayak, this is the same cutting board, so you can actually get quite a few backing plates out of a single cutting board. So I went about cutting that out. And once you have it cut out, I just matched it up, and the screw size for the Mighty Mount Switch is 1/4 inch. So I just put the backing plate onto the switch and then I drilled a 1/4 inch hole. Again, the idea is each hole put in a screw, that way it doesn't shift around. So with the holes drilled, I simply attached the screws with the stainless hardware and used an Allen wrench to tighten up the Mighty Mount Switch. And even with those large holes, that backing plate snugged it right in. This backing plate is actually compatible with a YakAttack lock and load. This is a mount I hadn't really used much before, but I actually grown to really like it because of its versatility. So I'll show you how I add the lock and load base. You screw this in, and if you've never used these, it's really cool. Once the base is on, if you have a compatible, attachment, you can actually attach it, which locks it in place. But then when you push the button down, you have the ability to shift it around without actually taking it off the base. So if you want to change your camera angle or something like that, it's really easy to do. I know these Scotty mounts are pretty common on older kayaks, and it's nice to have the option of not having to drill a new hole, but also adding a low profile mount. Hope it helps y'all.